So a video of me last week on Instagram went pretty viral, and it included a clip from my video which I did 2 weeks ago regarding why I even started EuropaFirst. And it went viral pretty fast, at least a little bit viral. It received over 1,000 views at first, which was something new for me. And then it gained almost 10,000 views overnight. And now a week later we're at around 17,000 views, which is a lot. The reason it went viral is because it received over 100 comments, of which most of them were negative, and they sparked discussions leading to more comments and thus promoting the algorithm. And I wanted to address this because a lot of comments were negative, vague, and general, and I wanted to address them by giving answers and explaining myself. So first things first, a lot of people didn't get the point in the beginning that it was about Europe and not Slovakia, and they wrote comments like, "Ain't nobody coming to Slovakia, dog. Calm down, nobody wants to move to Slovakia anyways." So I'm glad for this person that they clarified it and helped prevent misunderstandings. But now let's get into some of the critical comments. One comment said that America is the most successful country in the world and it was completely built of immigration, and that diversity is a strength. Well, the thing is, America isn't a nation of immigrants, but a nation of settlers. British settlers arrived in the 16th and 17th century and started building the East Coast. And then other immigrants, mainly from Germany, but also French settlers, came to America and started building it. And these immigrants came, but they were mostly from Europe, like Ireland, Poland, and Italy. And one comment also pointed this out, but then other people replied that, well, Asians built the West Coast, and you can't forget about blacks, which built the South and are the pillar of America. Well, the thing about Asian is just a lie. There were practically no Asians in the West Coast until the 1940s. You can see this on the map. California was over 95% white, so again, Europeans built it. The comment about the black people said they also come from Africa, which is the third world. And the thing with African Americans is that they have a shared upbringing with the European settlers due to slavery. You can see this shared upbringing even in the language of the African Americans, in their accent. When you take a look at their accent, it's mainly a southern accent with some variation of African languages. Slavery was a thing in the South until 1865, but slavery started in the 17th century or the 16th century. And so you had over 200 years where those African Americans were Christianized and grew up with primarily English culture. And even though you could say they've been civilized for 200 years, there are still a lot of problems regarding African Americans today in America. Crime rates are incredibly high and areas with a large black population are unsafe. Yes, the United States has had historically black minorities and they've been an important part to the culture. We take, for example, basketball, other sports, music, etc. They are an important part of the culture, but you can't forget that they are still causing problems in America. And the thing with African immigrants in Europe is that they don't have this shared upbringing with slavery. They just come from different countries, sometimes speak different languages, and they come from the third world. And you can't forget the reason why they're coming to Europe. They're coming to Europe because they want to live off of the benefits. African Americans, they were forced to go into Europe and then they made the best out of it. But the thing with African immigrants to Europe is that they aren't a group. They are individuals coming to Europe from different countries to get benefits. And when they are individuals, they won't make a big part of the culture. You can see this in France. France has a lot of black people, but they just don't have the same positive effect as they did in the United States. Now the next comment complained that I'm Slovak, so why am I complaining? I haven't even seen what's happening in Western Europe or the US. Yes, that's true, Slovakians haven't experienced what it is like to be in France or the US and how it is to live in a diverse country. And this is why I started, is because I want to keep it that way. I don't want Slovakia to become like France, overridden with crime, and you just don't recognize the country itself. I want Slovakia to remain Slovak and Christian. Now another comment offered actually quite a good solution, and he said, maybe start pumping out babies then. which is actually a good solution, but the thing is we need to make big changes in our economy and in our social programs so that people can even start making babies. As I said in my first videos, I would like to do a video on demographics in the near future. And the last comment I want to get into is a comment regarding me, and they complained that I call myself Slovak, but my account is based in Switzerland. Well, as I said in my first video, I am a Slovak living in Switzerland because my parents moved here when I was young, and I'm still going to school here, so I can't move out right now, but as soon as I finish high school here, which would be in 2 years, I'm planning to move to Slovakia, study there, and spend the rest of my life there. But yes, I won't go into this comment as much because it's clearly just a troll or rage bait. Now that was it for today. The special thing about this video is that I did this unscripted. So if you want to see more unscripted videos, write it down in the comments below, because my videos on Instagram get a lot of traction and a lot of comments. So I think it would be an interesting thing to do this also in the future. I'm Slovak Royper, and I'll see you next week.